Well, hey, welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. And today I want to talk to you about trends and how they are possibly killing your business. Yes, if you're following a trend, you're probably noticing some of the things that I'm going to talk about in today's Wednesday Wisdom because trends are no way to build your business. And do you remember when Facebook Lives first came out? How everybody was jumping on it because it was the latest trend. And it is still a trend and it's a good trend. And you know why? Because just like me doing this video, it is really hard to fake it on a live video unless you are not being your authentic self, meaning you're trying to mimic somebody else's style or you're trying to copy someone else's format. You got to make it your own. And so live videos are a trend that is here to stay. That's why YouTube is so popular, but there's a whole lot of other trends that need to go by the wayside. And then there's even more that you don't even need to pick up on. I'll tell you about that more in this video. So for those who don't know me, I am Cecelia Faye Morris, also known as the Digital Marketing Maven, and I teach business owners how to build their brand and their business online using automation, AI, and my jam, which is Facebook. And I have some software that is the Speaker Event Finder that helps speakers find events that align with their message, their expertise, and their audience. So, with that being said, wherever you're watching me, give me some like, some love, drop a comment. If you know somebody who needs to watch this video because they're following trends that are going nowhere, make sure you share it with them. And if it's YouTube, subscribe and click that bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. All right, so let's get into this trend thing. Can't take credit for this. I got this from my friend Jonathan Howard, who I met on Clubhouse, and he sent me this really interesting article he wrote. And I was like, you know what? I need to talk about this because this whole trend thing is just getting to be too much. I did a video not too long ago about followers and how you need to try to quit getting followers because followers are a vanity metric. I know people who've got millions of followers, people who've got hundreds of thousands of followers, and can't even sell a $7 cheat shirt. Followers are a vanity metric that lead nowhere, especially they don't lead to your bank account, right? So if you're just on social media to be social and have fun, well, then of course build up your following. But if you're on here like me to make some cash and to build a business, then let's not worry about followers because again, it's a vanity metric for you and the people who come to your page. Now, having followers does give you social proof that other people are interested in what you have to say, but if what you're saying is talking about the food you ate, the vacation you went on, and you're not talking about something that really matters to your ideal client, customer, business partner, then again, you might as well be spitting in the wind because the people you're talking to will never buy from you. Some other trends are keyword stuffing. So, SEO is a real thing, right? Search engine optimization. That's how you land on the first page of Google. I have a friend I call the SEO queen, and her running joke is if you want to hide something, put it on the second page of Google. How often do you go to the second page of Google when you do a search, right? But SEO stuffing is not going to get you on the first page of Google. What gets you on the first page of Google is long tail keywords, right? So, an example of a short tail keyword would be network marketing. An example of a long tail keyword would be network marketing for women over 50 just getting started. That's an example of a long tail keyword. Why is that keyword more valuable, that long tail keyword? Because it's more specific to who you're talking to, and it's more likely to get you to rise to the first page of a Google search when someone's searching as a woman who is getting started in network marketing. See the difference, right? But if you just throw everything and anything in your keywords, it's called keyword stuffing, and it actually can get you thrown on the third, fourth, or fifth page of a Google search. So quit it with the keyword stuffing. Find the keywords that are relevant to your business, 5 to 10, probably that's a good round number. Find the keywords that are relevant to your business and then use those and use them consistently. So that way people get used to seeing you showing up with those keywords. The next trend that you need to stop doing is influencers. Oh my Lord, I tell you, everybody thinks they're an influencer. No, you're not. You only influence the people who matter. And the people who matter, if you're on social media, are your ideal clients, customer, or business partners. Some people call it an avatar. You need to influence those people, right? Those are the people that you need to influence so they come into your sphere, your realm of your circle, right? These are the people that come into your circle, into the realm of possibilities that want to know what it is that you have to offer. So following influencers is not a good idea, as well as paying influencers. Now, let's say you own a restaurant or you own a boutique and you want an influencer to come in and do a critique of your place. Well, that's a good way to use an influencer. But if you're just online and have an online business, I'd be crazy to pay somebody to talk about my stuff. Like, what? No. The only people I want talking about me are the people who are buying my stuff, right? My courses, my programs, or my software. I don't want to have to pay somebody to talk about my stuff. But people do. And if you're one of those people, I suggest you stop. Again, if you have a brick and mortar and you do want an influencer to come in and give you a shout out, that's a whole different thing. But just in general, regular practices like little old me, no, not happening. Not. And then another trend is the non-target marketing. You probably heard if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. And one of the things that I've switched up on doing, which has really helped turn my business around, is I've started working on identity-based marketing instead of pain point marketing. Now, it is true that people will run to pain faster than they'll run towards pleasure, right? Because everybody wants to get out of pain. Not everybody wants to have run towards pleasure, but you can use identity-based marketing and pain-based marketing together in a way that not only tells your audience, I see you, I see where you are, I know what you're going to, but I got this thing that if you take me up on it, you'll see something better on the other side. So identity-based marketing versus pain-based marketing is a trend that you definitely want to follow. But the thing about trends are, and this is what I'm going to get into my friend Jonathan Howard's article. You can follow him on Instagram. I believe it's Jonathan Howard and Johnathon, I believe, or maybe AN. But anyway, Jonathan Howard, he says trends are lazy marketing, right? Because it doesn't require you to be original. It just requires you to copy what somebody else is doing. And I know you're probably thinking, well, Celia, you said it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. And I stand by what I said. But you've got to make it yours and make it original. That's why you'll never see me dance around on TikTok or doing anything stupid on TikTok or whatever. You'll never find me doing the cold water challenge or any other of those challenges because I am a trend setter, not a trend follower. And then he also talks about trends don't build brand recognition, right? So if you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, how are you going to stand out in the crowd? The answer is you're not. You're just going to be more noise. Not only that, trends are hard to keep up with. You can't build brand recognition with the trend because as soon as the next trend comes, then you're going to be following the next trend. It's like people will not know what it is that you're going to be known for. So don't be a trend setter or don't be a trend follower. Be a trend setter. Be an original. And again, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, it all matters when you come in on the trend. The purple people who adopt a trend are not the same people who come in at the end because the people who come in at the end, they're going to basically just get ignored because that trend is over and the next new trend is already landed and they're missing the boat, right? Plus, you're going to attract the wrong audience. If you are on social media and you're looking for people who are interested in your product, service, or opportunity, you're not going to find them if you're just following trends. And it feels fake, right? That's why there's this. I found this girl, Karen. Oh shoot, I can't think of her name, but she does these really cool videos. She's got this big, beautiful afro, and she can like do the cart. She does these cartoon kind of. Not, I don't want to call her cartoon because that means I'm downplaying it, but she's really talented. She's got super cool dance moves. She's got big, beautiful hair. But she did this trend. And you probably seen it a lot where it's like I think her caption was every time she was going to the refrigerator, and then she picked up some water, and then when she turned around, she was holding orange juice and champagne. And the whole caption was, "Every time I try to eat healthy, this happened." And then she had the like Twilight Zone music playing. But she said in the caption of the video that she started this trend, and then people picked up on it and never gave her credit. Now I've seen a lot of people do it, and I don't know if she really started it or not. But see, that's the thing about trends. Unless you're the first one or in the beginning, everybody else is just a duplicate of what somebody else has already done. Don't be a duplicate, be an original. And that is what I have for you from Jonathan's article today. He does say, and I say this, trends can work if they align with your message, your tone of voice, your visual identity, and most importantly, your signature style. So that is today's Wednesday Wisdom. Go out and be a trend setter, not a trend follower. I hope you found this video useful. Part of setting the trend is with your marketing. So if you're having trouble getting in front of your ideal client, customer, or business partner, then I invite you to join my Magic Marketing Masterclass. The link is somewhere around this video. You can sign up and watch it instantly, and it goes through the motions of how I tell you how to use magic marketing. Magic stands for Mastering AI Genius in Content Marketing. And magic will make all the difference because let me tell you about a trend that's not going away. That's AI. And if you're not using AI, you're going to be left behind from those of us who are. So go ahead and click around this video, sign up for my Magic Marketing Masterclass. There is a link after the masterclass for you to schedule a call with me if you want to talk about putting some magic marketing into your business. So again, you can be a trendsetter, not a trend follower. That's today's Wednesday Wisdom. I am Cecelia Faye Morris, also known as the Digital Marketing Maven, and I help businesses build their brand and business online using automation, AI, and my jam Facebook. Bye for now.